Good morning, everybody. I hope all of you are very happy, happening, healthy, and taking all the time to improve yourself. As I understand that you have chosen gupshups.in to use as a platform for your webinar studies and teachings, we are happy to share with you the features of this GupShub.in so that you will be able to navigate through it. I am Captain Rahul Verma on behalf of Brute Squad Services IT Consultancy and would be taking you through this GupShub.in presentation so that you can be well versed how to use this platform. To start with, you would have got the login ID from GupShub people and you would have created a room which you can name it as per the requirement. So as you see on your left hand side of the screen, welcome to gupshups.in. So whatever name of the group of this meeting that you give, that is what it will accept to put it there to in a welcome message. So let us say it is welcome to the school of so and so, or whichever group that you are going to represent, or any topic that you are going to represent, that would highlight there. So the people always know that they are into the right group. You can have a password protection for the people who would like to enter into it. And if those people who have the password there would only be able to enter. However, if you do not wish to keep a password also, it's okay. And people can come inside that. While reading that, you would come across some of the options out there where people can mute themselves when they come inside, or you can mark them mute when they're coming inside. Thus, so that when people enter suddenly into a meeting, there is not a clamor or the noise which comes from back, and people enter inside without disturbing others. There are other features in that also, where you can make each and every person a moderator, or you can ask them to start the program or the meeting whenever they want, depending upon your choice. Once you press the start button from the menu, this is the screen that you normally would see, where on the left hand side, you would start with a feature called public chat. Now, public chat is something where whoever are the participants of the meeting, they would be there and they can type here. And everybody would be able to see them, whatever you are talking and whatever you are typing there for people to understand. This is just like any other feature of any other such social media, where people would like to chat with each other and share their thought process. After that, there comes a shared note medium. A shared note medium is a very important thing when you're having meetings, so that somebody can be assigned the work to keep writing the notes, the points, the pointers, most importantly, or the questions that are raised during the meeting, so that by the time you finish the meeting, you already have basically your minutes of the meeting ready out there. Or while you're discussing some while you're discussing some topic, you can keep writing your question answers out here, so that in the end, normally when you have a Q&A session, the question and answer session, you can go back to that shared notes and see what all questions were not answered and which were answered, so that you do not lose time in finding out what questions to answer now. Remember, this public chat and the shared notes both can be downloaded for later use and later changes as in when required to the notes for your own meeting minutes. Just below that, you would see the name of your own and the name of the other participants who are into the webinar meeting. Now, if you just go and click it, that point, you will see something called set status or the mute user. The mute user is often used when others are there in the group, others are there in the meeting, and you would wish that only the presenter or the panelist would talk, or the teacher would talk, or the person who is giving the lecture would talk. You would normally like to mute others so that there is not much of disturbance from the outside for that person who's presenting. Above that, you get an option of set status. Set status is away, raise your hand, undecided, confused, sad, happy, applaud, thumbs up, thumbs down. So these are few of the basic requirements of a meeting or a study group that would be required for you to show. So let's say if I have to raise my hand to ask a question. Now, if you see, wherever the name of the participant is, next to that, the blue box is there, where it shows that his mic is on or muted with a green signal of a mic. Now, using that, there a status symbol of that person comes, where for me, I have put it as my raised hand, that I need to ask a question. Let's say I want to applaud for some suggestion or some idea given by the other person. I put an applaud sign, and in the chat box on my name, next to it, a blue box shows an applause sign. Once we are done with that, we can keep chatting on the public chat, and we move on to the next items. Now, the first item which you see in the middle of your screen at the bottom is a plus sign. A plus sign is an action sign. Action sign for what? It is to start a poll, upload a presentation, or share an external video. So share an external video means that you download a video, which normally would be from a YouTube or some other method like that. You have stored your video, and it will be saved into a presentation storage screen of this webinar. And when you ask to share a video at a later stage, then you can go back and put on to confirm and upload that video. Similarly, I would like to show that the presentation of the person concerned can be uploaded by dragging a file into the system and confirming the upload of it. Once you have confirmed the upload of it, you can confirm the showing of it. And that is how, if you see, presently I've put up one side, a group company poster presentation out there for you to understand that how it has come. Now, if I want to remove this presentation, I can go back there. And there is a default PDF which has been mentioned, and I confirm that. And if you see, now you come to the welcome to gupshups.in home screen, and you can see the various things which are mentioned on that. The next feature that we will talk about is start a poll. So for that, let me ask a question. Let's say we ask a question, did it rain today? So answer yes or no. And then we press that question to the audience. Once we press that question to the audience, we go back to the starter poll and we have a choice, yes, no, true, false, A or B, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E. And then, or we can make a custom poll also later, but these are the features which are already given there. So I ask yes or no, and I get a screen where it shows yes or no, and people can then answer on the screen on the poll, and on the left hand side you see the polling results can come also there, and then we publish the polling results. The polling results are published onto the screen on your right hand side at the bottom, where they show the number of people have said yes, number of people have said no, and depending upon the total crowd, the total people that you have as per your talk list, as per the people who registered into the meeting, you will get a percentage of that also. And once you want to go back to the public chat, you just go and click that and you're back onto the public chat. If you want to get into the shared notes, you get into the shared notes. Even if you don't want to show this Gupshup screen, you can always go to the slide 2. And the slide 2 is a blank sheet. We'll come back to it, how to use that. Now, just above the plus sign in the middle on the top, you see a host, a man sign, a small person icon, and we press that. Once we press that, what happens? The screen broadens and you can only see the screen, the person's presenting it, and the few signals down, which are for the mic, for the speaker, for the video, and the sharing of the screen. If you want to come out of it, you can always go back the toggle, and then it shows you another sign of public chat, shared notes, polling, and the people who are in the meeting. Now this, to go back to public chat, I go and click again, and I'm back with the people to be seen, the public chat, and the presentation screen. If you see the video which is being shown to you, you will see on the top corner a arrow mark, which in 4 directions. So if you press that 4 arrow marks on the video or the picture that is going on, the whole screen is covered by it. And if you want to escape it and come back to the main screen, you press escape and you're back there. Similarly, on the slide or the bottom right hand side, you would see a mark, make presentation full screen. And if you press that, the whole screen comes into picture. And then if you want to go back, you press escape button on your laptop or your phone, and it comes back to the normal mode. Below the screen, the presentation screen, there are 4 buttons. Or maybe for you, a moderator, there would be a 4 button, but for the other audience, there'll be 3 buttons. 1, the mic. 2nd, for the audio. And the 3rd, for the video. Now, when you press the mute button, it will stop you from talking to the others. So I'll do it right now for a minute, for a few seconds rather. If you see, there was a red button on my name on my video also, which showed that I am muted and you cannot hear what I'm saying. Similarly, whenever you have to mute, you will come to know that you are muted by this button. The button next to it is the audio button. For some reason, you don't want to hear what is happening because maybe it is not relevant to you right now and you are busy with some other work or some other reason. And if you press that button, then you will stop the audio listening of the presentation which is happening there. The button next to it on the right is a video button where if you stop that, you stop seeing the other person. As you see now, you may not be able to see me on the video. Now, when I go back, it asks me for a quality of video to be used, medium, high, or high definition or low quality, depending on the web connection that you have, you choose that. And then you start sharing your video with the others. And after a few minutes, after a few seconds, you will start seeing the whole of the own video and others can see you too. If you want to reduce the PowerPoint screen, you can go and click the hide presentation button on the top right hand side, and it will reduce and include the whole person to be there, whoever is the presenter. So like this, we can keep increasing or decreasing the size of the presentation, and depending upon what is the requirement, have the presentation, have the video, have the person out there. And then we want to go back to restore the presentation. And on the extreme right at the bottom, you have a restore presentation button where it restores to you. Now, if you see now, the presentation is very so small and my video is very large. So if you just go and touch the bottom part, the bottom line of the video which is being shown, You can reduce the size of the video and increase the presentation size. Now you see that the video is very small and the presentation is big. If you want to highlight anything onto the presentation, you can start zooming in. Let me write something, then help you. Okay, before that, let me talk about the features on the extreme right. Now, which are the tools that you have to use. Now, the tools, if you see, you will have a word tool T written, some lines, some circle, some triangle, a square, and a marker, and a hand. Now, let me first use the line. Let me see what happens. I can draw a line by pressing and using my scroll bar. I can do that. Now let me see if I can make a circle. I go and press on my scroll bar, taskbar, and I can make a circle. Of course, the colors which are coming are from the third block, which is the colors out here. And let's say I choose a blue color now. And above that, there are dots. Now let's say I choose a medium sized dot. And if I go there inside the circle, again use the color bar, my taskbar, I can make a circle. I can make one more circle. And then one more. And then one more. So this is how, and of course, we might need to write a text to it. We go to the T, the text box, and press it. Come back to the screen and just first make a text box for ourselves. Once we make the text box, then we can go and type inside it. And I will type hello to you. The color of this can be changed by going back to the color. Let's say I put it now as purple. The whole color of this changed. You can keep typing in the text box and the people can read that. Once you want others also to share your screen, you go at the bottommost, turn multi-user whiteboard on. So when you press that, my name or the other people's name can come there, and you can see who is going to type or who is going to share the screen. So that if any point anybody wants to refer to you, he can go and on the screen and show it to you by the dot, which is moving all up and down. Like I want to tell you, how are you? But how are you means what? And you can show, I want to understand this question better. If you want to delete all of this, you can clear all annotations and press that, and everything goes. If you want this screen again to go back to the presentation mode and bring back the presentation, you can go to the plus sign in the middle of your screen, upload the presentation, and go and click, select that presentation and confirm. And again, the screen comes back to you. And you can show the PowerPoint presentation again. Among all this, of course, do not forget, if you want to record the session, in the initial time only on your topmost right hand side, you have a button for record. Please ensure as soon as you want to start recording, press that button record out there so that it will start recording your session. There is no automatic recording of your session. It's only if you want, then you can record the session. Apart from that, you might be interested in knowing the moderator who's there. On the right hand side, halfway through the screen, you get a small star button, the settings button, which says manage users. If you press the manage users, it will have options for you: clear all status icons, mute all users except the presenter, save usernames, lock viewers, create breakout rooms, write closed captions. Now, these are the areas which you can explore, which one you want. Like people might have applauded and this and that, or they would have put a thumbs up or put the thumbs down. So you can clear all the status. Like I would clear mine right now. So I'm back and my status is gone. After that, mute all users. So if the moderator wants that all other users should be muted, he can go and mute that also. After that, it is mute all users except the presenter. So only the presenter is there and you as a moderator are the two people who can talk now, and everybody can be muted. Save the user's name. Finally, you want the list of people who attended your registration after the registration, who were registered users out here and who were coming here. You can save the names of the people for the future use, or in the meeting, you have a record who all attended the meeting. Save users' names is done. Now the lock viewers. There could be a time when you don't want anybody to interfere and to get into the meeting. And that is when you would lock the viewers into it. Create breakout rooms. This is a common feature where you make groups of people and you try to get people in each group to discuss small matters. And once they are done with it, they come and join the main group. These options can be explained more thoroughly with some more people there, and we would be happy to inform you once there are a few other people, and we'll show you how to make the breakout rooms with others. After this, most of the features which are there are very easy to understand. They're very easily explained. Finally, on the right hand side, on the topmost, you have three dots, and they call you as an option. In the option, you can make it a full screen, go to the settings, the same what I explained right now to you. You can have a help thing where we can explain what are some of the basic features which are already there in this. There can be some keyboard shortcuts that can be introduced depending on how you would like to use your screen. But these are some of the advanced features which I suggest you use once you're familiar with the basic features of the system, and we would be happy to you to contact us so that we can specially talk to you how best such advanced features can be used on the system. If you have any other questions apart from what we have spoken about it here, I would request you to contact us, and we would be happy to explain to you what all features are there which can be used best by you in order to use this system in the best way. We are always there to serve you, and we'd be happy to answer more questions from you. Finally, least of it, let me inform you how to end the meeting. For ending the meeting, you need, as a moderator, you need to go back onto the three dots on the right hand side of your screen on the topmost, press it, and you'll have an option to end meeting and a log meeting at the bottommost. So first, I suggest you end the meeting and then log out of the system. Apart from all this, it's a suggestion from our side that until unless you really need the videos of all people to be shown, ask them to stop their videos so that the reception ability of the Wi-Fi, which is using your system and their system, would be, or their connection system from their phones, would be in a much better way seen. And there will be not much of disturbances for them. Our software can easily take up people, easily take up videos, but it is for your benefit. It is best to keep your video off for better quality for listeners, for everybody else. We hope this short video is useful to you, and we would be happy once again to tell you that do contact us, and we would be happy to inform you, educate you better how to use our gupshups.in the best way. Thank you very much. Stay happening, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye.